one stream.
Follow and subscribe. Don't be lying to us when you got them saying, I follow you, because the first thing that's going to come out my mouth when I don't see y'all, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, you need it's free to follow, free to like, free to share. It's nothing.
Y'all actually are a part of the crew. All you gotta do is just comment. We'll talk about it.
Even if you hate it, share it to someone else to join in the hate.
Then talking shit or talking good about us still get us noticed.
Yeah, I'll take. Kind of gave away the trade secret, but we all know that. All right, so this is Canello and Crawford final predictions.
Canello look a little bit big.
I'm gonna tell you what he did. What he did was he saw how big Crawford was, and he realized I need to put a little more weight on so he can put pressure on. Because his whole technique is going to be to lean on Crawford and try to wear him down and punch his arms
and counter.
Counter, but he's going to try to counter to the body. And like I said in the last time we talked about this, I think that's where he's going to get caught with Crawford's counter. When he dips down to throw that body shot, that liver shot, boop, or boop, or boop, or beep boop. There's a whole bunch of that he's got in there, and he doesn't understand how powerful Crawford is because they think he's light. He's just he's a small guy
out here telling if you seen the press conference, Canello telling Crawford that he ain't went against nobody real good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm looking. Here's my thing: when he says that, I'm looking at him like, "Yo, who did you fight?" And then he fought. I said this last time as well. He fought Golovkin. He fought Floyd. He fought.
Golovkin is Triple G, correct?
Yeah. Who's
not Benavidez, not Cotto, not.
Why do I want to say he fought Cotto? He didn't fight Cotto?
I could be wrong. It's 62 fights that this man.
Yeah, exactly. It's totally possible that he did fight.
Man fought 63 fights and is younger than Terrence Crawford, who fought 40 fights and never lost. Also, happy Friday, y'all. I know traffic's kicking y'all ass. I know y'all waiting to go home and watch some good games. College football is going on right now. There's some shit talking going on the TV. Probably your old lady shit talking to you right now, but she ain't gonna stop you from watching this video.
Oh yeah, feel free to just listen to it in the background. I think they have a listing over here of all his fights. There you go. Oh, he beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. as well, but I don't really think that he's that good. Senior beast. Shane Mosley. He beat him late though. He beat him when he was old. But he did beat Shane Mosley
by decision.
Yeah, decision. Yeah. Who else we got here?
Name Canelo. Just show me Canelo's last.
Mikael Vasquez does sound familiar. I can't quite remember though. But we said Cotto, right? We were looking for Cotto.
I don't think he fought Cotto.
Yeah.
Pacquiao.
Yes, he did. Yes, I know it. Knew it. Miguel Cotto, winning unanimous decision. Yeah, I knew I recalled that because that was the first time he fought somebody who I kind of really had respect for. He fought him twice. No. Yeah, no. Jose Miguel Cotto. Okay, that's another guy. Never heard of that dude.
I think it's the same. Miguel Cotto and Jose Miguel?
No. And they also have him different here. Now, Miguel's name is Miguel Cotto. And he fought him at middleweight. And he won that Jose Miguel by TKO. All right. So, all right, let's give him Miguel Cotto. Let's give him Shane Mosley. Let's give him Floyd Mayweather and Golovkin twice.
1, 2, 3.
No, he fought Golovkin 3 times. I'm not going to say Beeble's great. Beeble beat him, but Beeble's not a great name. No one's going to remember him except for a trivia question. No, he is. That's what he's going to be. He's going to be the guy. He's going to be at bar night. He might even be in that bar. So
he might even be in that. He might even be in that bar.
He lost to Floyd.
Everybody gonna say Floyd.
I think he lost at least 2 of them to Golovkin. I think that, and he beat Shane and Miguel. I don't think he's going to beat fucking Crawford. Now let me say, I'm not going to dig into Crawford's record. Crawford, I'll just concede the point that Crawford hasn't fought great names as well. He's fought good names, and that fight against Benavidez is the fucking
truth.
That's the truth. That's a class that shows you why you don't want to feel yourself against this guy. And I think this is like, I want to say Sweet Pea and Chavez, but because that's the vibe I'm getting off of this fight. And Sweet Pea, I don't know if you know that Sweet Pea got cheated in that fight. He lost the decision that was easily, he had beat Chavez all over that ring. And they never gave him a rematch. So then Frankie Randall came in and beat Chavez, and he lost, and then they fought again, and they gave it back to Chavez, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I'm getting those vibes. I feel like the only way I can see Crawford losing this fight is if he's cheated, if it's a bad decision. I'm always a guy who watches fights, and I don't want to see it go to decision. And that's not like I'm wishing harm on anybody, but
and it's kind of crazy because they got Dana White motherfucking goddamn sponsor for it, so he's gonna have his little antics with it.
And it's already been. That's why I don't like this trash talking stuff. I want guys to say, yeah, I think I'm going to beat him because his jab is weak here. I want you to say like technique things about the person. I'm tired of these guys talking about, oh yeah, you fought bums and you a bitch. Like, all that, come on, like I don't want to hear all that. Like I don't, and kids shouldn't be watching that shit either. That's not what kids should be looking up to learn how to fight, to be a fucking tough, fake tough guy. But that leads me into, you know, the other event that night. But we'll get onto that in a minute with Dana White.
Speaking of Dana White, it's gonna be a hard decision to make when we watch UFC and boxing that same night. But UFC starts at 6 o'clock, and Canello don't start till 10, 11 o'clock. So you might have a chance to sneak.
That's when the main card usually starts for UFC anyway.
Yeah,
10 o'clock. But it's gonna be a good night of fights. It seems like. I really feel like, and I don't even know who's fighting on the other card of the Canelo and Crawford fight. I don't even care. Let's be real. I don't care.
Because the main fight is what we're really looking for.
Yeah.
Crawford, Canelo.
I've been waiting for this fight for a bunch of years. I didn't think it was going to be at this high a weight, but I actually think it's more exciting that way because I think in this actually gives us more of a chance of seeing somebody get knocked out. You know, it's great to see someone throw 300 punches, but you know, I'd rather see someone go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Your prize fighting. The prize is getting the fucking belt. You beat the champion when you're not the champion out. I don't like going through cards. Cards is just a way to cheat, you know, or somebody get cheated. But I'm going to go ahead and say I believe that Crawford's going to win, and I would say
unanimous decision or split decision.
I see a 10th round stoppage. I'm not going to say if it's a TKO or a knockout, but I see it ending in the 10th round, or someone throwing in the towel. I see it ending in the 10th round with Crawford getting his hand raised. What do you think?
I'll agree with that, but if it was to it because of how technical each of them are, I think it's going to go to decision.
Yeah.
Real decision.
Unanimous split.
Because like I was saying, Canelo can output power, and so can Terence Crawford. Canelo is a good counter attacker, but Crawford's real fast. His defense is real nice. Even if he defeat Canelo, who's next for him?
Right.
Who's next for him?
I think if you want to ask me if they don't do a rematch, I believe that what's next for him is retiring. I really do. I want to look at the Charlo fight. Okay, he saw how he beat Charlo.
Who?
Canelo. He beat the hell out of that kid, and he took every punch, and that was at middleweight. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that he has the power that everybody gives him credit for. As I said in the last piece, I think he throws with bad intentions. I think he throws hard shots, but putting somebody to sleep, I don't think he has that. You see that uppercut that Crawford caught Benavidez with? That's one of the cleanest shots I ever seen, man. And it was a counter. It's the exact shot that I'm telling you he's going to catch Canelo with. Canelo throwing that body shot. He's going to catch him. Boop, he's going to catch him perfectly. I'm telling you, I see it. I see it as clear as I see anything. But So you say you think it's going to be a decision unanimous split
Yeah,
unanimous.
unanimous or split decision.
I think it's going to be. I think if it goes to the decision, it's going to be split, and I think that's because they're not going to give a clean unanimous to Crawford. They want to build the rematch if there's a possibility, but or draw. There's possibility of that too.
I don't want to see no
I don't want to see
goddamn
that.
draw.
I don't want to see. No. I've seen some good draws, but very, 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 very rare. Very rare. But all right, so it takes us in our next point with Dana White being the promoter for this fight. And we talked about it earlier about what Dana White's doing with boxing. What Dana White is doing is just announced a new contender series with boxing, where he's going to basically use these boxers through his whole season. Whoever wins, they get contracts with the sheikhs out in Abu Dhabi and Qatar and all of that. So I don't like it. I don't like it because I feel like
you don't like it because it's Dana.
I'm sick of this motherfucker, man.
No, because if they have their own federation, they're going to have their own belt, right? And if they change the way that this organization is sanctioned, and they change everything because they have unlimited money. We know people that are rich, but these people are like filthy. You know what I'm saying? They're there's a big chance of these guys getting misused. And also, I'm gonna tell you, see what happens in these other countries is when people can't get fights here in America, they have a bunch of other options. Sometimes they don't, but there's a lot of underground fighting that goes on worldwide, and that's what these boxers who go overseas and don't really make it. That's where they end up going into, and because they can't always make the transfer over to MMA. You know what I'm saying? But it's really a sad thing. I'm going way too deep into the issue, but he's starting his own boxing thing to pass off to the sheikhs. It's not going to be him because he doesn't want to compete with himself. But if you look at what he's doing this on Saturday night, he is competing with himself. He's putting on this boxing event, which is supposed to be the biggest boxing match of the decade, and he's putting on a UFC event also
The same night.
The same night. Main card starting same time. This would be the time that you do something over in Abu Dhabi and it comes on at 3:00, maybe. But what he knows is the fans that are UFC fans are not boxing fans. Some of them are. They have some crossover like you and me, but they're not because
you do more in UFC than you do in boxing.
UFC fans are big as such UFC fans because they got tired of boxing. You know why they got tired of boxing? Because they're not represented. You know what I'm saying? When you see something, you want to see someone who looks like you. If you want to be a fan of somebody, you want to be a fan of someone who looks like you or resembles you or someone you know. That's not the case. This is why they love pro wrestling, because the champion's always a big diesel white dude. But they don't have that in boxing because the boxing has an overrepresentation of Latinos and black people. You have your anomalies like what's his name? Tyson Fury. And I won't even say Usyk because Usyk is Eastern European, and Americans do not connect with Eastern European. They've been making Polish jokes for years. So he knows the fan base is on crossover. He knows he's going to get full optimization, and now that he's on Peacock, this is on Peacock now, right? This UFC event.
It's on YouTube. It's on Peacock. I think it's Paramount.
Paramount. Yeah, you go. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. So he's gonna get paid either way.
Yeah.
So all he has to do is air stuff at this point. He's just doing episodes. So let's. I don't really care about the rest of the card. I know you said there's other fights. You say Kevin Gastelum fights.
Yeah.
I know you say
Rob Font fighting. But to be honest with you, like I said, like Kevin Gastelum and Rob Font, he's really, really nice.
But they're being used. They're ladders. They're steps on the ladder now.
And I ain't gonna lie to you. If I were to say it, like the only thing that's interesting is Diego Lopez and Gene Silva, the main event.
Very, very good fight. That's like because I like Diego Lopez and I like Silva. I told you I think Silva's the best of the fighting nerds. And I think is going to dominate this fight. Because of what I've seen from Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is ferocious, but what I saw from him in that fight was with Volkanovski, right? Total no show. Total no show.
I think it was the fear in his face. Like, how can you not? God dang, he couldn't push onto him because I don't know if it's something in his mind that he's trying to be extra cautious or something. Because it's the same thing. It reminds me of the same thing as DDP versus Strickland. Strickland didn't throw that much, but he whooped Izzy Adesanya's ass.
Mm-hmm.
But you couldn't do DDP like that, and he always get tired. His mouth is always open. That's a weakness.
It is a good, but it's also about seeing openings and visual cues. But I feel like Volkanovski don't got that knockout power. Never did. So the way he rushed other fighters and mauled them, it was just like I was waiting for it the whole fight and it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing about fighters. At some point, go in there and fucking,
Take his head off.
Yeah, just and if you get knocked out, oh well, you're fighting tonight. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do something. Yeah. At this point, you're not winning the fight. As soon as your manager says, "Yo, you are behind," it is the 4th round. Do the math. You know what I'm saying? Then go for broke. But yeah, he's. I think I lost a lot of respect for Diego in that fight, man. Like because I liked him. I thought he was going to beat Volkanovski handily, and he showed me nothing. He showed me nothing. None of those combinations. He's on, and this is why I think Silva's going to win, because Silva's not scared of him. I think those other fighters that fought him were scared. They weren't ready for what he had. Silva is more than ready.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is really championship caliber. And you know what I'm saying? Like, him and Aljo going to end up meeting up soon, and I don't want that. But yeah, Silva's the truth, man. Silva's the fucking truth. I think it's gonna be him by knockout.
It's tough for me to say. It's tough to give. It's because Diego Lopez has been waiting for this for a long time. He's greedy and eager, but when he had the chance, it wasn't really as good as he showed. I don't know what he did or something emotionally that went through his mind for him to think that he could not push his full altitude to go defeat Volkanovski.
Mm-hmm. And he went 5 rounds, right?
Yep.
Looked like he was tired.
And then he was coming back in the last round. It wasn't enough.
Exactly. And yeah, no, you're right. I think that's a good assessment. But we'll see. We'll see what happens as a result of that. But
Cyril Gane and Tom Aspinall, I believe, is next week.
Oh, that's right. That's going to be good. I really think and hope that Cyril Gane beats the living shit out of Tom Aspinall. Did you see him getting taken down by a kickboxer in practice? He's online. Check it out, people. He's online getting sparring with a kickboxer, and the kickboxer took him down like he was a baby. And you remember he was wrestling with that rugby guy who had never wrestled before, and he took him down. I'm telling you, you show me the match where you see Tom Aspinall's jiu-jitsu skills. The only time, I can't remember who it was that he did the key lock on. I know he did like a fucking Kimura on somebody. That's the only thing I've ever seen. And that was it wasn't like he planned for that. It just happened. But I'm telling you, man, everybody keeps forgetting that Francis didn't beat Cyril like you think that. Why does everybody think he's going to? I was on the line today arguing with some dude who said if Francis fought Tom would smoke him.
You big dummy.
I'm like, how do you get that?
Shit.
In those instances, just say it's going to be a good fight. Because for you to say something like that is ridiculous. First, John was scared of Francis because Francis is going to smoke John. But now he's all of a sudden downgraded. He can't beat Tom Aspinall. Who said that? Like, he is Tom Aspinall, except one of them is verifiably the hardest puncher the sport's ever known. Tom hits hard, but Tom is not as good as Francis was when Francis was at his peak. And I'm not saying Francis is at his peak now, but he doesn't have to be. But he knows stamina better. He knows he's better on the ground because he beat Cyril on the ground.
He put that motherfucker on the ground.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. And what's the name? When he fought Stipe could not take him down. He sprawled on every takedown that he attempted.
Well, yeah, Stipe beat him the front one time.
That's right.
But that next time,
he was ready for that.
Knocked out by a jab.
A jab. His whole body buckled. So you tell me when Tom is not, he's never one punched anybody. He's never one-punched anybody. Everything is a flurry. I'm telling you, I don't see, and people don't realize how big Francis is again too.
If y'all say Francis Ngannou never had one punch power, Stipe, Curtis Blades,
who's the dude who's on the road?
Alistair Overeem.
That you tell. Look at
that's
that.
the craziest knockout I've ever seen in my life.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Bruh. If you look at an uppercut, when a normal person do an uppercut, chin and come back. Francis went all the way up with it.
He came all from here with it.
He's punching with a piece of papers right through it. His freaking wrist went up still. So he felt everything.
Street Fighter.
Everything.
He did the Street Fighter uppercut.
With the freaking hammer fist to come down.
And Overeem literally flew off of his feet and he was out cold. That's the shit I'm talking about. And you look at the resumes, man. Like those names. I mean, you can say Alistair Overeem is overrated because he was on roids, but that even makes it more amazing, doesn't it? That he beat him.
Oh, you know how many other fighters that y'all would love it that was on roids today? Dillashaw.
Dillashaw.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar.
And you know, that's another thing. I heard someone say that, oh yeah, John Jones couldn't beat Brock Lesnar. Okay. Brock Lesnar was easily cheating. And I wouldn't even say he can't beat him. I would just say that it would be hard because Brock, when he is going full steam, but if Cain Velasquez can do it, John can do it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Fuck out of here, man. Why do people just like? That's the problem with boxing and UFC. It's become wrestling, man.
It's more interesting when they see the winner lose.
I know, but you gotta respect when you talk to fans. They always talk about how they respect, the sport. They don't. They are the biggest sports fans. Are the biggest trolls there fucking are. They just want to have their team be good so they can fuck with other people about their team not being good. I don't care. If my team is good, I'm good. I don't want to be taking L's and getting embarrassed and shit like that. But with fighters, the same way. If I have a favorite fighter and I watch them, they have a good fight, like Tank.
And Tank and Roach.
Yeah, what's Tank's last name? Why am I forgetting that right now?
His last name?
Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
All right, so like take them for that fight for instance. Everybody thinks that Roach won, right? I don't think the Roach won, but it's not offending me. If he would have lost that fight, it wouldn't have been the end of me. It was a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the fuck you say, it was a good fight. So I don't get invested that deep in shit anymore. I used to. I'm an Eagles fan, man. Look, when I was a kid, I used to cry when the Eagles lost, man. No fucking joke. I was mad, and I would be trying to start fights with everybody the rest of that fucking week. Don't say shit about your team. You ain't got to say it to me. Don't even go around me. Don't cheer for your team. I was that kind of crazy, but it's not really that important, man. And I think these guys, like, they get so deep and tied up in this shit. And then now when Tom goes in here and gets his ass whooped, which I think is going to happen, they're going to make every excuse in the book, or they're going to say the worst one, I was never a fan of Tom in the first place. And then if Cyril beats him even better, it's even funnier because John beat him in a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm. Unhealthy at that. His first fight in heavyweight, you can see the gut and everything.
I was about to say he was definitely out of shape. So, let's say this: what path do you see to Aspinall winning this fight?
I don't know.
I think he's going to have to try to blitz. He's going to have to try to blitz him and catch him. But Cyril is good with his hands, man. People are acting like before John came to the division, Cyril was the future. And there's people who thought he won that fight against Francis. Not me, but there's people who think he won that fight. And I'll say this though, he did handle himself well. I think.
Not only that, Cyril fought more tougher guys than goddamn Tom Aspinall. He fought John. He fought Francis.
He fought Lewis too. He beat the shit out of Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
His toughest fight was and who's the boy from the Kiwi drinking out of the shoeies.
The shoeies.
There's only one dude who drinks beers out of a shoe.
Tuivasa.
Tuivasa. Yeah.
Tuivasa.
So he and that was a good fight.
Yeah.
But the only fight that he took that where I think that he was really getting fucked up was the one with who's the Russian dude?
Volkanovski?
No,
Volkov.
Volkov. There you go. That
They
was
said he lost that fight.
yeah, but he also said he broke his foot as well. So I'll give him a pass on that. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely is going to be a problem for Tom. His movement is going to be if Tom comes blitzing and he steps aside and kicks him in the knee, which leg kicks is one of Cyril's big thing, and he in movement, lateral movement, it's not going to be that easy for Tom. If Tom tries to go take him down, they just showed you getting fucking handled by a kickboxer. Don't go down on the ground with Cyril because Cyril's actually not that bad on the ground. He got beat by John because John is a fucking beast and he's a fucking legend. Like the fear of what was going to happen kind of got to him, but he ready for you. You already said he was ducking you. You lied and said the nigga was ducking you when he never got the challenge. You asked Dana, could you fight him? And Dana said no. So that's you challenging him and him saying no. No, Dana said no, nigga, because there was no reason for that. Y'all was all he had if John left. And now they trying to get John back in the MMA now. You're seeing how they're putting out, yeah, John apologized to Dana. No doubt it. I'm going to doubt it. He needs John right now. Because you need a villain. Mm-hmm. He don't got Connor. Connor, he looked at that trainer footage of Connor and was like, no, I'm not putting you in the ring with no motherfucking Ilya Taporia. For what? I'll never be able to use you
real
again.
quick.
I'm about to say, no, I'll never be able to use you again. So, which is another show we got to do on, like, they release, like, the payments, like, the top paid fighters of all time. And I think the top was 10 million. I think Connor made 10 million. But anyway. All right, so yeah. Well, so there you have it. That's what's going on in Combat Sports on Saturday. We'll do a follow-up episode to the Canello and Alvarez. Canello and Crawford fight, and go over what our predictions were and how it ended up.
Well, this is Brian.
This is Apollo the G.
Like, subscribe, share, talk shit, talk good. We're still gonna be heard.
Talk as much as you want, please.
And we're gonna check if y'all following. If y'all come back over here talk about I follow this group, stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Follow us here. Also go over and watch the Daily Coke episodes and the music reviews that are gonna be coming up soon. Check us out on TikTok. We'll have the links for our pages in there. And check us out. I'm going to start doing debates on live. He already has lives that go on. So join the community. Thanks for tuning in. And please.
Go, Pat, go.